Okay, so Sony have revealed the fact that they are now releasing more, controllers for the console. So they've released a cosmic red and a midnight blue one. So I'm going to pop this on here. So a big old fanfare regards to it. Now, I think the DualSense is a great controller. It is one of the best controllers, along with the previous PS4 controller. A lot of work has gone into making it, especially with the haptic feedback and stuff. And lots of people wanted a black console and a black controller rather than a white console and a white set of white controllers. But got a nice red one, a nice black one now. And I hope to God they've fixed the drift on the sticks, because lots of people complaining about the drift on the sticks. In regards to the controllers, don't last as long, then don't seem as good, so forth and so on. I think it's going to be good. I want, what do I want? I want a blue one, because I always have a red one and a blue one. That's not quite as red as I want. And Keith has popped back in.
It's a strange red, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a strange red. You'd expect it to be like the bright, vibrant red, where it's more. It's got a. I don't know what's the word for it. It's a bit purplish. It's got like a tint, like you added purple in the red when you put it together. Yeah, it's good. The other thing too is this is a weird thing, because it'll make sense. This will make sense when I bring on the next video. The what do you call it? The controller. It was just the controller on that advert, wasn't it? Just showed you the controllers. Here's the controllers. Here's what they look like. You know how, if you've got one, you know what it looks like. And you should be able to get hold of one. But if we look at the Xbox's one, because we can't have Sony do something without Xbox doing something too. So they showed off their controller, because it's their 20th at the moment. So they showed off their controller, and I don't want to sound rude or anything. I think they might hide the most obnoxious people to advertise this as possible. Because you look at them and it's like, oh, it looks like I'd have trouble having a conversation with you. And the controller,
I was just, how different is the Series X controller compared to the Xbox One controller? Because it looks exactly the same to me.
It's exactly the same, apart from it's got a share button on it finally, and it feels cheaper.
Yeah,
that's the truth of it. It actually feels cheaper. I'll be frank with you. I'm hoping, because when I got my Xbox One, I had a controller on that, and that felt quite cheap. One that came with the console. Then I got a replacement controller, and then that replacement controller felt quite premium in comparison.
See, I still love the 360 pad. That's what I use.
The 360 one.
Love it.
I think the 360 one's probably one of the best controllers made. It's the triggers on it, because it had some proper triggers and bits on it. So that
still takes
good.
Batteries.
Oh, it still takes batteries.
Mine doesn't.
Still takes batteries. Yours doesn't.
Yeah.
So I didn't. My internet blipped out. I didn't see the PlayStation one. Is this just different coloured controllers?
Yeah, the different colour controllers. Hang on, let me just put the PlayStation one back on for you for a second.
So do you think they'll sell the coloured plates for your machine as well?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think it would be dumb not to sell you plates for it, but it doesn't mean they won't do silly things.
Isn't there lots of people 3D printing them already, though?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, is that? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's people who got black controllers and whatnot.
It kind of looks funky in red.
It does. The problem is it's not red. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's an cosmic red, they're calling it. It looks all right. It's all in good bring out these controllers, Sony, though, but can you bring out in console so that people can buy it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Keith. I forgot.
Yeah, that is true. You'll be able to get the pads, but no console.
Oh, you can get the pads here. There is an abundance of accessories for this thing, right? Every shop's got them. Got the console, right? It's. I know that some of it is the worldwide chip shortage, but seriously, they've got to get their freaking act together. They really.
It wasn't though, was it? It wasn't. They'll
Was it
just
not?
use it as they'll just use it as an excuse.
Well,
now.
I think it came down to two problems for Sony. One was good old-fashioned distribution, and the other was the fact that the chips that they were using were failing a lot of times. So they were throwing away whole PCBs with this chip on because it failed. It's driving them wild, the amount of loss they had to endure just to get there, because they were losing RAM and all manner of bits alongside it. But AMD, that's why they were talking about putting another chip in there. They reckon there's shortages for the PS5 consoles going to last into 2022 because of the chip shortage and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to be over a year old by then, and it's... How have they sold they've sold over 8 million apparently, but where? To who? I'm not entirely sure I believe it. I'm not
one.
Yes, I know, but I still don't quite believe it because they just don't exist.
They do exist.
So,
it's just that you live in Thailand and everyone knows that
no,
Thailand's
but they don't.
nation.
The UK is still out of stock. Amazon, they sell out within seconds, and I don't believe that they are selling as many as they claim they are. I just don't.
Because on Amazon, when you typed in PlayStation 5, it brings up the pad. Even if you type in console, it still brings up the pad.
Sorry. I'm going to try that.
Just to wind you up.
Let's just see. Let's test this. I don't know if my one will do the same here. So, PlayStation 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it on mine as well? First thing that comes up.
I've got digital and then the pad. So,
is it in stock?
Currently unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go, Keith.
It's always unavailable.
If you click on that link, though, what does it do? Does it take you to because originally it took you to the pad. Oh, it does actually bring the box up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, I think that Amazon's different depending if you're signed in or not.
I mean, the fact that you see, I think it's unforgivable that the Computer Exchange is allowed to scalp to the level that they are. That is just.
Picture. Did you see Nigel's picture?
Yeah.
Right.
700 and something quid for a PlayStation 5. This is out of a high street shop. It's freaking. I mean,
no, they shouldn't be allowed.
They should be reported to trading standards. They really shouldn't. Shame on you, Computer Exchange. Absolute shame on you.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me just share. Let me just share my screen. Where is it? Share screen. What do I want to share? There we go. Boom. Right. So, our roving reporter on the ground, Nigel. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what he saw because he saw a PS5 in there and he saw it for £780.
Hang on, 825 gig.
Yes, 825 gig.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure it's 825. I've got the box
yeah,
somewhere.
It is.
It's not full terabyte. It's annoying.
Not full terabyte.
Because it needs certain space for the OS and bits so it can shunt data around.
Yeah, but they don't normally advertise a lot of that, do they?
No.
They'd normally say it's a 1 terabyte, but obviously you only get 825 gig after their operating system.
Yeah.
That's just it. So does it say that on the box, 825 gig?
I think it does.
Or does it say 1 terabyte? Because that is
I
really
think it's 825 gig, and you get less than that actually, because I think it's 825 and then the operating system. So I think it's less than that. I think it's close to 600 and something, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he saw that, and then he saw Xbox Series X.
So that's advertised as 1 terabyte, but it won't be because again, because of your operating system. That's weird. Okay.
But yes, our roving reporter on the ground, Nigel, found out.
What does that look like? A shredder?
Because it's got the reflection of all the DVDs and bits in the background, and Nigel calls it his refrigerator. I'll be honest with you.
Xbox shredder.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.